everyone, I'm Holly. Welcome back to the Rainbow Extravaganza. I have been busy making rainbow piped sugar scrubs, and in the video today, I am just making a small batch for a special project. It's oh so cute. I love how they turned out. I wanted to show you this bottom too, because look at that. Isn't that fun? What a great look. I just love how they turned out. Be sure to check out the video description, as there will be a link to supplies used and a recipe there. Now, unfortunately, I did not notice it until I was reviewing the video later, but I had a teeny tiny wardrobe malfunction, and it's not anything that would make me go viral, but anyway, I hope it doesn't annoy you as much as it does me, but if it does, then hashtag unity. We'll just be annoyed together, but I hope not, and I hope that you will enjoy the video anyway. So let's make some sugar scrub. Okay, so I am going to use the Stevenson Melt and Pour Crystal Soap Base. It's called Foaming Bath Butter, and it is for the purpose of making whipped soaps and whipped soap scrub. And so I just need to scoop out 40 ounces. It's a brand new box. I find these paddles, like ice cream paddles, work really well. And let's see, I think I said already I need 40 ounces. This is gonna be a pretty small batch. I normally do 64 ounces times a few times, at least, usually 4 to 6 times when I make a batch. But I'm doing a special project today, so I don't need quite as much. So it should be a little easier to work with, a little easier for the video. All right. Because I will be selling this product, I am going to use a preservative. Now the base is already preserved, but it is recommended that, especially when you're adding sugars and all the other things, that when you're making this to sell, that you add an additional preservative. So I'm using Optiphen today. Okay, so we want to go ahead and give this a little whip. Now everything that I'm using here has been cleaned and sanitized. It's very important that you have a super clean workspace, because you don't want to add anything into a product like this. It's going to be having additional possible water brought into it. We just don't want to overwhelm it in any way. In fact, I do recommend that when you use the scrub, that you actually scoop it out with a clean, dry spoon and take that into the shower or bath with you in an unbreakable cup. So what I have sanitized, I have all my equipment is sanitized, all my table, every counter that I'm going to touch today is sanitized. I've sanitized all of my containers for the ingredients. Just every single thing that I could do today has been sanitized. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to get our liquids here. And I need 4.5 ounces of olive oil. Now, I do just buy a jar from Sam's Club because I don't use a lot of olive oil. And I find that pouring out of the big jugs it's quite tedious. So I just really like these, and I recycle the glass that it comes into. So I'm doing 4.5. Whoop, right on. Good. And then I do like to add vitamin E oil. Now, my thought process on the vitamin E is that vitamin E is just amazing in general, but it's also like an antioxidant. So while I don't ever anticipate these oils, like the avocado, going rancid, it's just an extra protection. So I'm just going to use a 1/2 ounce. I'm all about the extra protection. Let's just do things right. And I want my customers to be extremely comfortable with how I do things. Oops, we still need a little bit more. Good. I'm gonna add in my fragrance, Now, this can vary because of the IFRA usage rates. So it'll vary, you know, between each fragrance, and it may vary over time. It may change over time. So that's just something you have to pay attention to. Again, I'm going to link the recipe that I'm using below. All right, that was all of my liquid ingredients. And so now we are going to get this put in. Now that the ingredients are mixed in, I'm going to really speed this up, and it's going to mix for 5 to 10 minutes, and that's what gives it the whipped texture. Okay, it's been right about 10 minutes and it's about as whipped as it's gonna be. The instructions say to look for it to be about doubled. You don't want it to be too much more or else you can risk it deflating. We're gonna add in the sugar now. I like this Wholesome brand pure cane sugar, organic and fair trade, and I get it from Sam's Club. And we need equal amounts, so I'm doing 40 ounces of sugar. And now we're going to whip this portion. More mix it than whip it. This mixer is a Cookly brand, and it's from Amazon, and I have put these through their paces, and they are really good mixers. In fact, they do really well with scrubs, but sometimes they will shut off, get a little overwhelmed by some of my bath bomb mixture, but these are really nice mixers for the price point. And you know, a lot of us makers, we need multiples. I'm probably going to buy a third and a fourth here soon. So I have these cute little bowls here. It seems like I either have huge bowls or I have little bowls. So I decided I wasn't going to use the huge ones. So let's just see. I should have used a different contraption, it does look like. It's gonna work on, I'll do it in a couple different batches if I have to. I'm going to add mica to these, and I'm using some from Mad Micas today. And I'm just going to go ahead and stir that and see how it does. I am just a hint out of sorts working in these smaller sizes. I'm not really prepared to work in small sizes anymore. So that's looking pretty. It's a fairly light color. I think I would like it just to be a little bit darker. Since this base is so white, it is usually rather difficult to get a really strong color One thing I find is that I don't like a super dark, maybe the better word is saturated. I don't really like a mica saturated scrub. I don't know, I just don't like it. It's weird, and I don't like my, I did not get out enough spatulas for this. Oh boy, micas are such a pain sometimes. I had thought that I was going to be using my bigger bowls and that I was going to use like a hand mixer to mix everything, but that was for the bigger batch that I'm doing next. So I'm going to do my main one next. It's not a super bright orange, but I think I'm gonna like that in the long run. I'm going to use the Glad press and seal trick. I just need to get a little length here. Find scissors just to be as easy to do here. And then I'm just gonna start scooping in some of the scrub here. Be nice if I could do all of this, but I don't know, I'm not counting on it. We'll see. That's pretty close to being all of it, but if I better quit and see how it goes, because if it gets too full, I won't be able to get the whole thing done here. So alright, so now what I'm going to do is just going to kind of fold this over. Yeah, it's pretty full. I'm glad I did not add any more than that. And then the press and seal sticks to each other. Now, definitely going to give a shout out to White Buoy Soaps, because I feel like she had the original video on YouTube of rainbows, and especially done in this situation with the press and seal. So what you do is you twist it here on the end, and then that's gonna help keep that from, well, we may actually start from that end. That way this one has a little bit more. So you can see we just have a nice blend of colors in there. Gonna bring in my piping bag with a, whatever that tip is. Let's see, there's no name on it. I bought it, I'm pretty sure, from Two Wild Hares. It's just like a jumbo piping set. I meant to cut that first. Don't want to start throwing things on the floor and then I'll have to re-sanitize stuff. Alright, so I want to just cut that off, and that's gonna get it going right away. Oh, isn't that pretty? Very nice. I have my little collection of jars here. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'll put in a little bloop first. I probably should go around. I just want to make sure we're getting started okay here. And then I'm gonna weigh it too. So I got right at 4 ounces, and this one is not the most amazing one. We're just getting it going, and that'll probably be my keeper one. I'm working on actually 6 different counters to get this all done. Oh, that's beautiful. Anyone else get mesmerized with the piping videos on like Instagram? Just always so pretty. It is mixing up a little bit. Ideally, I would have put them all in side by side instead of on top of each other, but they're still cool. I was trying to think about if I had just lined them up and then brought it back over, would it look the same? And it might be mixing up a little bit, but their beauty is so nice, and I think we're going just to be happy with it. You know, I'm not actually sure I ever told you what scent this is, but this is a black raspberry and vanilla type. That one did not quite get as full as I probably would have liked it to be. But it is a black, oh, look at this. Look at it. That's beautiful. It's a black raspberry and vanilla type fragrance. And I'm just making this for a special set that I've got going on. Oh yeah, there we go. Got that over. So pretty, oh my goodness. You know I love my rainbows. That's why we have a rainbow extravaganza going on. Oh my goodness. I just can't stop it. It's so pretty. I know some people don't like rainbows and they're going to be finding this whole process a little bit boring, but I have people that actually ask me for the rainbow extravaganza, so here we go. Well, this one's a good one. It's going to be a doozy of a one. Go big or go home, you know? So now I'm definitely getting them over the 4. You know, it's also fun. Oh, this one's super pretty. Whoa, this one's 4.5 ounces. It's also super fun just to, I could probably do one just to show you. Oh, isn't that beautiful? It's also super fun. I'll show you one. Just to go up when all the colors are like that. And it definitely gives, it gives a different look. All right, so see there? How fun is that? And then it just gives those side vertical lines. I love it. That's cool too. But I do prefer myself the swirly ones. So much fun. Oh my goodness. This is so much fun. So much fun. But I'm going to have to take a break. I don't have my air conditioner on and I'm getting a little warm. So I think I will probably just reorg the camera, get new gloves on and all the things. That one did not get high enough, so we'll just add more here at the end. Anyway, I think I'm going to go turn on my air conditioning, reset the camera, reorg, and then I won't talk for a little bit so that I can have lots of noise via air conditioning. All right, with this batch, I got 18, which I need for my little special situation, my little set. I have an extra one that I will probably take for myself, and then just the little leftovers I will keep just so that I can keep a product, you know, test around so I can keep an eye on it. These lids, as you can tell, are not lined. So I have some liners here. And these are 4-ounce jars, probably from SKS bottle, I'm guessing. I've had them around for a little while. And so I usually buy these from Wholesale Supplies Plus though. They are called Pressure Seal liners. And of course our little fun design is gonna go away, but that's just the nature of having a product in a jar. So I'm gonna tap all these down. So these are the 4-ounce straight-sided jars, and these are the 58 millimeter liners. When you go to buy, if you're going to try this yourself, just double check what size everything is. It'll tell you what you need for the jars, what size they are. Now I do not have my label made. I don't even have a clue where I'm going with this label, so the video will not include any of that today, the labeling process. So pretty. Oh my goodness. I really love how these turned out. I thought the colors weren't going to be bright enough, but I truly love them. So adding the lids, that's pretty self-explanatory here. how you had a lid. I just love it. They're so pretty. I think my next batch that I'm gonna make my full-size jars in a different scent. I think I'm gonna switch up the blue, and I think I'm gonna go with a much brighter blue. This one turned out a little bit of a kind of a grayish blue in the long run, but it's still pretty. Oh, that did not go on right. Come on. I cannot wait for you guys to see all of the products coming up with the Rainbow Extravaganza. Of course, I don't know if I will get this done ahead of the release or after the release, so take note to when you're watching this to when the release is or has been. So nice. Goodness gracious. So here we have our little rainbow scrubs. They just turned out so pretty. I absolutely love the design that star tip makes when you pipe it in. Oh, it's so good. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the description box for more information, and I will chat with you later.